Okay, guys, hopefully over on YouTube, y'all can hear me. So I'll give it just a minute. If somebody could let me know if y'all can hear me. See all of these technical things. So I am going to guess that y'all can hear me over on YouTube now. So, what I was saying is that if you are watching this over on TikTok, since I had to restart my account, I do not have enough followers to be able to stream it along with the other channels via our streaming platform. That means that you over on TikTok are not able to see the visuals I'm sharing. So, if you could please share my profile with your friends and any followers, it would be greatly appreciated. Then I can also have just one device and not have two different devices. Hello over in YouTube world to Lady in Gray and Pam's on Kick. And then we have got Mama Llama over on Facebook. It looks like we've got Angie Khan. We have a bunch of people over on TikTok. So thank you all for being here. Midday Missing is something that is very important to me. Now, if you haven't, please yet like this video, subscribe or follow whichever platform you're on. Hit the notification bell if it's an option so you don't miss when I go live or drop a new episode. And if you're listening to this on the podcast app, please download and leave a review. This helps others find our show. Okay. Now, if you are not new here and you want more of me and Llama, you can always find us doing something over on our True Crime and Wine Time YouTube channel. And if you become a member, we have several levels starting at just 99 cents. You get exclusive content, emojis, happy hours, coffee chats, much more. In fact, tonight we have our members only stream that we will be doing on YouTube. And we're going to be giving away prizes and we're going to be sharing our content calendar for March. And let me just tell you, it is packed. I'm like, my hubby is going to get a lot of alone time because there is a lot going on. Okay. So, guys, today we are headed over to the great state of Nebraska. And this is a state that I've had the pleasure of visiting multiple times throughout my life due to my career. And I loved every minute of it. And I met some amazing people in Nebraska. So I am definitely a fan of Nebraska. And if you didn't know, Nebraska sits smack in the heart of the American plains with nearly 2 million people. Okay. They have a lot of agriculture filled. They have the Missouri River cutting its eastern border. And then you've got great cities like Omaha and Lincoln anchoring both culture and economy. And what once was, guys, the frontier territory. Okay. It's known for its rich pioneer history along the Oregon Trail, collegiate communities, and a blend of urban and rural character spread all across. They have amazing farmland. Okay, they do. When it comes to missing person cases in Nebraska, there is not a state law that mandates submission of every case to the federal NamUs system. However, the state maintains its own searchable missing persons database through the Nebraska State Patrol. Research into state data from 2015 to 2023 indicates thousands of missing persons are reported. And guess what, guys? Based on demographics, they show a large number of Black and Indigenous individuals among the missing person cases relative to other states based on their population. Long-term cases like the disappearance of Jason Jaworski in 2001 from Omaha helped spur the creation of a statewide missing persons database known as Jason's Law. And it's an unsolved disappearance, and it continues to be part of Nebraska's broader conversation about missing persons and investigation resources. Sorry, guys, the allergies in Texas are kicking my butt. Okay, just gonna be honest. I do need to give a rant warning, rant trigger, whatever we want to call it, um, because this first case has me wanting to scream. I have so many thoughts. I'm going to try to keep them to myself to some degree. If you're not new here, you know that's a problem for me. So, Sunny Joe Sramek was 18 years old when she disappeared from Trenton, Nebraska. And those who knew her described her as a young woman with a strong personality and a presence that made her hard to ignore. She was a daughter, a friend, and someone whose life was still unfolding. She had plans, connections, and people who expected to hear from her. Sunny was not someone who would just simply vanish and go away and leave her loved ones worrying. At the age of 17, Sunny married Caleb Straub, who was 25 at the time. But the relationship was not what she had hoped, and they separated. Caleb was in jail on unrelated charges at the time of her disappearance. So he's off the hook because we often look to loved ones, spouses first. On April 20th, 2019, Sunny was heading out on a day trip to Omaha with Floyd to pick up his niece. Okay. So Floyd is Floyd Clifford Coates. They left in a 2004 Explorer for this day trip. Sunny had talked with her mom around 12:45 p.m. that day, let her mom know that she currently was in Holdrege, Nebraska. And according to her mom, Sunny sounded fine and did not show any signs that she was in trouble. Sadly, guys, her mother had no way of knowing that this would be the last time she would speak to her daughter. Later that same day, Paula, who is Sunny's mom, received a call from Floyd with the crazy story. And I'm going to just tell you guys, buckle up because I am going to just say now, what the hell? Okay. I'm going to try not to say it multiple times, but I might. She told a reporter that Floyd said that he and Sunny had went to a casino in Iowa, just across the state line from Omaha, and that while he went in to gamble, Sunny stayed in the car, and that when they came back out, she was gone. And when Paula tried to ask more questions, as any mom or normal person would, he hung up on her. Yep, he hung up on her. And when she tried calling back, he never answered. So she immediately called the police to report Sunny missing. And I just have to say, Floyd, excuse me, sir, what? You go into a casino to gamble and you leave a young girl in your car and you're not worried when you come back out and she's not there. What the hell? That is red flag city. I'm sure everyone in chat across all of the platforms. Who does that? I don't care if it's a young female, a male, a dog, a cat, a spider you could let go. Why would you leave someone in your car to go in and not be concerned when you come back out? Did you go in and ask the casino to look at the cameras to see, did someone take her? Did she leave on her own? Did a spaceship come by and beam her up? Really? Come on now. After hanging up on Sunny's mom, Floyd took off in his Explorer, and he stayed gone and on the run for over a month. A month. Finally, the police caught up with him on May 31st, 2019. Floyd told the police that he stopped at a gas station and ran inside to make a purchase. And while Sunny stayed in the car, and that when he came back out, she was gone. So he just went about his own business and took off. Once again, excuse me, sir, what the hell? You took off and left this young lady with no cell phone and no car. What if someone abducted her from your car? I am saying BS. Okay? BS. Red flag again. Plus, why are you changing your story, Floyd? Why? Because honestly, sir, neither of these stories make you look like a good person, in my opinion. I know I have high standards, but no, no. Sunny was last seen wearing a black tank top and denim shorts, carrying a hooded sweatshirt and jeans. She has brown hair, blue eyes with a tattoo of a tribal sun in red ink on her right ankle, and a tattoo of a feather with the word fly on her left shoulder. She has multiple scars, including a rectangular scar on the back of her right shoulder, a small square scar in the center of her forehead. Police began investigating Floyd and his stories. And guess what, guys? It was discovered that that niece Sunny said they were going to pick up did not exist. He didn't have a niece. It was a lie. Red flag number 3, Mr. Floyd. Why did you lie to this young girl? Why? Why? And I'm here to tell y'all, Floyd has a long criminal record with convictions in Kansas, Iowa, and Nebraska. In May of 2024, Floyd and another man by the name of Dennis Lawson were arrested and charged with evidence tampering and physically intimidating another person. Floyd also caught charges for conspiracy to distribute a controlled substance, possession of a firearm, and other charges. Both men were found guilty on several charges, but were acquitted on others. During the trials, it was stated that evidence revealed that both Floyd and Dennis were involved in the disappearance of Sunny. It was also stated that evidence clearly showed that Floyd was involved with drug trafficking, and he had a drug run that weekend that Sunny went missing. Yeah. There was also testimony that Floyd and Sunny made it to one of the stops, and that Floyd went into someone's home while Sunny stayed in the car. Now, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office, a witness said that Floyd said that he had given the girl some methamphetamines. Okay. The witness said she saw Sunny motionless in the car. Now, this witness thought maybe she was passed out or she had overdosed. Floyd canceled the drug run and went instead to where his brother-in-law lived near the Missouri River. And when he was returned, that woman who had been in the car was gone. That's not good. That is not good. So Kendra's asked, have you ever talked about Amy Bradley's case? We did cover it on Cruise Crimes over on True Crime and Wine Time. You can find that on our YouTube channel or on the podcast apps. I can tell you it is one that I might one day do a deep dive in because I have a lot to say about Amy Bradley too. Now back to Sunny. The U.S. Attorney's Office went on to say that Floyd even told friends that Sunny had overdosed. And he told some other friends that he had disposed of her body to hide his crimes, saying, "No body, no case." Told you, I don't think this is a good guy. Mm-mm. While Floyd and Dennis were not found guilty of murder, but they were found guilty of crimes related to Sunny, she is still listed as missing. Her body has not been found. We don't know if he was in drug trafficking. Did he give her to somebody? Is she being trafficked? Is she hiding because she's scared? We don't know. Police have their theories. Sunny's loved ones have never stopped searching for answers. They have created and maintain a Facebook group called Justice for Sunny, and it is dedicated to finding Sunny and keeping her story in the public eye. Through that group, they share updates, media coverage, repeated pleas for any information. Their message has remained the same from the beginning. Sunny mattered. Sunny deserves absolute justice and to be found. They believe someone knows what happens, and they continue to ask that person to come forward. Because, guys, if you have information and you're not coming forward, you are protecting the perpetrators. You're not helping the victim. And in my opinion, you could be charged or you should be charged. Guys, I don't care if it's a rumor. Tell. Now, Sunny's case has received limited but meaningful local coverage, including reporting in Nebraska newspapers in 2023 and renewed attention in 2025 following the trials. But like so many missing young women, particularly those whose lives intersect with individuals who are known to the justice system, Sunny's story risks being overshadowed. And that's why it is important that we continue to raise awareness. As of today, Sunny Jone Sramek remains missing. Law enforcement has said that they believe Sunny is no longer alive, but they have no proof of that, and her body has never been recovered. There is no definitive explanations. For her family, this means living in a constant state of uncertainty. No answers, no accountability, nothing. They go to bed each night wondering. Sunny's loved ones are still searching. They are still waiting. And they are still asking the same question they have asked since 2019. What happened to our sweet Sunny? If you have any information, no matter how small it may seem, like I said, even if it's a rumor, you're urged to come forward. Somebody knows something. And Sunny deserves the truth, and her family deserves to have answers, and if necessary, be able to say a proper goodbye. If you have any information, please contact Hitchcock County Sheriff's Office at 308 334 5444. And if you're on Facebook, please go like and follow the Justice for Sunny page. This helps the family know that others care and continues to bring awareness to her case. Guys, it's a big thing. It sounds so small, but it is such a big thing for the families. Okay. Trust me, we talk to so many families and it really means something. Now, if you know of or you have a loved one missing and are interested in having their story featured on an upcoming episode, or maybe join us for a live interview, contact us. You can email me, Teri at tcwtmedia.com, or you can contact us on any of our social media accounts, whether it's Teri True Crime or any of the True Crime and Wine Time pages or the Midday Missing Facebook page. Okay. We're out there on all of the socials. Okay. Oh boy, here we go again. These cases are so hard. Anwesha Dey was a 30-year-old graduate student at the University of Nebraska, Lincoln. Friends describe her as intelligent, kind, deeply thoughtful, and passionate about her studies. Originally from India, she was pursuing her doctorate and had formed a close circle of friends in Lincoln. She was known for her gentle nature, her curiosity, and her dedication to both her academics and her personal relationships. Those who knew her, they said she was reliable, she was warm, and she was intentional in the way she cared for people around her. On the evening of May 3rd, 2015, Anwesha left a friend's home and began walking back to her apartment in Lincoln. Heavy rain had fallen throughout the day, and Antelope Creek, which is normally calm and contained, had become dangerously swollen and fast moving. She was last seen near the intersection of 22nd and R Street, which is an area close to that creek. At the time, she was wearing an orange hooded jacket, blue jeans, and carrying an orange backpack. Surveillance video from a nearby business later showed her near the creek shortly before she disappeared. That footage became central to the investigations. Authorities later stated that the video appeared to show Anwesha losing her footing and falling into the flood swollen Antelope Creek. The water was moving quickly. Officials suspect maybe she was swept away by the strong currents, but she did not return home and she has never been heard from again. When her friends were unable to contact her, they were concerned. She was officially reported missing a few days later. Law enforcement then was able to get that video footage. They began searching along Antelope Creek and downstream immediately. As the floodwaters receded, the search expanded and included Lincoln police, Lancaster authorities, the Nebraska State Patrol, and many volunteer organizations. Guys, they searched miles of creek bed. They used boats, cadaver dogs, underwater equipment. They followed that water's path all the way into the Platte River and eventually down to the Mississippi River. Guys, despite all of these efforts, no trace of Anwesha has ever been located. They suspect she drowned. However, because her body hasn't been recovered and they looked, she remains classified as a missing person. Okay. Guys, I need you to understand two things can be true at one time. She could have slipped into falling in the creek, went down a little ways, and then got out. Somebody helped her, and then something nefarious could have happened after that. We don't know. Okay. Law enforcement acknowledges that the flooding condition, the debris, and the distance floodwaters can carry someone make it extremely difficult. Okay. Over time, the searches were scaled back. For her family, the uncertainty has been devastating. With many of her family living in India, they followed the case through media coverage and communication with authorities. Family members continue expressing hope for answers. They also understand the likelihood of what may have happened and that they may never know. They spoke about the pain of not being able to fully mourn her. Without certainty, there's no remains. They haven't been able to say a proper goodbye. Friends in Lincoln held vigils, shared her story, and continue to remember her, not just as a missing person, but as a scholar, a friend, and a very vibrant presence in their lives. Media does continue to revisit her disappearance on anniversaries and when floods happen. Today, Anwesha Dey remains listed as missing. No remains have been recovered, and no evidence has emerged to contradict investigators' belief that she drowned. However, without physical confirmation, there is just no way of knowing. Her family and friends continue to live with unanswered questions, holding on to memories while navigating grief without finality. I want to ask you if you have any information, if you've seen someone who maybe looks like her, please contact the Lincoln Police Department at 402-441-7164. And guys, let's continue to keep her family in our hearts and in our thoughts. I also want to ask you all to go to one of our social media, any of our accounts or our Midday Missing on Facebook, share the missing posters for Sunny and Anwesha. Share it on your social media. It helps let the family know that their loved ones still matter. They're still important to others, and just maybe a tip will come in that will help give these families the answers that they deserve. Okay. I mean, it's not much, but it does help. Okay. I want to thank you all for joining me today. I do look forward to seeing you all again on Wednesday for our next episode of Midday Missing. Also, If you're interested in true crime, you're not just interested in missing purses, but you're interested in true crime, I'm going to say go follow us on all of our social media platforms. True Crime and Wine Time, we are everywhere. Okay. And remember, you can catch us everywhere with a lot of stuff. Now, guys, we have coming up this week, maybe this week, if I can pull up this, we are airing this Thursday, True Crime and Wine Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Texas time. We offer a deep dive into shocking cases, perfectly paired with a glass of wine, maybe two. This week, we are covering the case of Casey Jo Stoddart, the Scream murderer. Okay? It's crazy. Trust me, it's crazy. It is crazy. Now, if you haven't become a member of our YouTube channel, you really should. We've got all sorts of amazing perks. Okay. Just go over there, click the join button, look at all the different levels, pick the one that is most interesting to you. Our top level, we even have merch boxes that go out, and our next merch box is in April, and I cannot wait for April's merch box. I think it might be one of my favorites so far. But most importantly, guys, until next time, please stay safe, stay aware. If you see something, say something, and let's help these loved ones bring their loved ones home. Bye, guys. Thank you, and I will see you soon.